Hey everyone, today I'm going to be talking to you about damp. Why? It's blazing hot in the UK. We're in September, but we seem to be having summer weather, the summer that we basically didn't have. So I hope everybody's enjoying it and making the most of it. But we are in September and autumn is coming. And from after the weekend, we're going to be having much cooler weather. The temperature's going to come down. Now in Chinese medicine, the climate that we live in is really important in connection with our health. As we go into the autumn, we've got damp increasing and cold increasing. But primarily in this country, the UK is a damp country. We tend to be affected by damp. So if we have underlying chronic health conditions, autoimmune conditions, these can become worse because of damp. So damp in the external environment brings damp into the internal environment if we're not careful. So what can we do? As we go into September, it's going to become more damp and obviously somewhat colder. There are really simple things you can do to help protect your body from damp. Now, how do you know if you've got damp? There are, you can go and see your acupuncturist or your herbalist, and they'll be able to look at your tongue and feel your pulse. So we can see it there and we can see it in your symptoms as well. But from how can you know at home? It's typically feeling tired and heavy. So waking up in the morning and having a heaviness in your body, your legs and your arms feel heavy, and that taking quite a long time to shift. Often that can go hand in hand with a sense of mental fogginess, so fogginess in your head or your brain. Sometimes people can appear damp, like they're holding on to extra water. The face can appear wider, or there can be the appearance of just kind of holding on to water under the skin. There are many other symptoms as well, but those are kind of the three key ones that spring to mind. So what can you do? So in the summer, if I take my typical breakfast, at the moment I'm typically having Greek yogurt with fruit and some nuts, and that keeps me going to lunchtime. So if I wanted to keep going with that, my Chinese medicine teacher would say, as you go into autumn, do not even think about having yogurt. It's too damp. So as a food, we say it's damp forming. But let's say you're stuck to that and you want to keep going with your Greek yogurt. What can you do as you move into autumn? Well, you can start taking it out of the fridge for a while so that it comes up to room temperature, so it's less cold. As the food goes down the esophagus into the stomach as an organ likes warmth. So every time we put cold food into the stomach, it kind of jolts the stomach, and it takes energy from the body to warm that food up so that it's ready for digestion. So take the yogurt out of the fridge, bring it up to room temperature, and then you can think about, with your fruit, make sure it's seasonal. At the moment in September, we've got apples, pears, and plums. Think about making a compote to go with the yogurt, and put some nice warming spices in there. So spices you could think about as cinnamon, brilliant for the spleen, which helps us transform damp. You could put some star anise in there if you like that nice warming yang kind of spice. Allspice, cloves, a little amount of cloves, and make a compote with maybe a bit of sugar, boil it down, and then you can keep that in the fridge for about a month in a Kilner jar. Bring that out of the fridge and just put that on the yogurt and let it come to room temperature. But by putting that warming compote onto the cool yogurt, you're putting a nice kind of bit of yang warming energy into the yogurt that's damp. And so when that's going down into the stomach, the stomach doesn't have to warm it up. It doesn't have to use the same amount of energy to warm it again. But B, you've got this nice warming, yang, moving mixture, which is going to help you reduce damp in the body. And you're going to feel brighter over time, and you're going to feel like you have more energy. Stay tuned to my Instagram channel and my Facebook channel, where I'm going to be giving lots of dietary tips. Diet is key. Come to me for acupuncture, see your herbalist. Chinese medicine is fantastic. But diet and lifestyle are key. Diet, sleep, circadian rhythm, all these things are really, really important to managing underlying conditions and also just maintaining good quality of health. All right, guys, see you later.